The amazing world of Pokemon is filled with fantastical beasts, mythological monsters, and amazing adventures. And I gotta say, this noob has missed the bus on all of it. This is my noob review of Pokemon, a Detective Pikachu movie. What's up, Universe, and welcome back to the web's first must-see comic and nerd culture show. Welcome to Comic YOUniverse, guys. I'm one of your hosts, as always, C-Dubs, and as you guys can see, I'm riding solo home this video, guys, and welcome to a new segment here on Comic YOUniverse. I know we have so many segments, we just keep pumping them out, but this one is just basic reviews by a noob. This is where one of us, if we're introduced to a new fandom of sorts, and we're going into it relatively blind, not knowing very much, and I'm going to go ahead and take the first stab or first swing at it, going into Detective Pikachu movie review, if you will. Now, we already have a movie review from a pro already on the channel. Jay, go check it out. I'll leave the description in. I'll leave it linked as well as in the annotations in the bottom of the description below, guys. Definitely check out that review if you want someone who actually knows something about the fandom, okay, good enough to call himself a pro. Okay, a review from someone who knows, basically. So, guys, coming from someone who knows nothing, let's be honest. I mean, I know some characters, I know of the show, I've listened to the song, the intro. I know I know it stems from cards. You know, obviously, I know there's tons of video games, but I've never played the card game. I've never collected the cards. Though my cousin, my brother, and a ton of my friends are huge, as well as one of the business partners here on Comic YOUniverse, Jay, huge Pokemon fans. Okay, I myself, unfortunately, guys, I missed the bus on that one. It just wasn't, you know, I was too busy chasing girls at the time. I was out of high school when it really started getting popular. So again, I mean, it was just a fandom which I understood. I saw the appeal. Okay, just, you know, and then once it's just so much, you know, rich mythology, you kind of want to be like, whoa, I don't know if I can get into that. But obviously this movie came out, it looked interesting. I liked the way the Pokemon looked, the CGI, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and me and the wife are going to go see it. You know, other than knowing some of the names of the Pokemon and maybe some of their essential powers, I don't know jack shit about this franchise. I do know there was maybe one or two, maybe three animated movies. I believe the first one was about Mewtwo, or the creation of Mewtwo, and I think this one is an extension of that, because I think he had mentioned the actual creation of Mewtwo. So I think they may be in the same universe. I don't know. It's going to be kind of, you know, I guess not. I'll still give you guys the good, the bad, and the badass in this review. So I feel like the movie was made for its fans, if you will, and there's a lot of them out there, so I can't knock it. You know, there's a lot of fan service, I believe, in it. There does seem to be a real focus on certain Pokemons over others. For instance, I believe it's Blastoise who's in one of the fight scenes in the cage, and when he lost, I thought that was kind of weird because, you know, not to say that he can't be beat, or at least I don't think so, but I do know that he's like one of the major Pokemon characters, especially in the early days. When you start off, his type of character is one of the ones that you could pick from to start the game with. So I just thought it was kind of weird that they had that iconic of a character lose, essentially. Actually, I mean, two iconic characters, Charizard loses as well, and I thought that was really interesting on how that all played out. Now, the way Charizard loses, though, is a little subjective, but still, like, two iconic Pokemon that I know of really didn't do very much, and I was a little saddened by that. So I hope to get more from this type of a world or this type of universe. I hope that we get more maybe Pokemon-centric movies, or maybe more of a traditional, like Ash Ketchum, I think his name is, type of a character going out there actually trying to catch the Pokemon and teach people about these Pokemon, because I think there's a place for it. I think a lot of kids will gravitate towards it. Plus, a lot of people like myself who may have missed the boat could enjoy it and gain something from it, and maybe you'd be able to pull us into the fandom through that, or make us want to play the games more, or make us want to collect the cards, or maybe even watch the anime. Really, right now, this movie just made me enjoy that universe. It sparked my interest, but I can't sit here and honestly tell you that I'm going to dive into this fandom any more than I already am. You know, maybe if the next game comes out, Sword and Shield, I think are the next two, maybe I'll pick one up, especially since they're going to be for the Nintendo Switch. And maybe I can give you guys a noob review on an actual game, since I've never played. But, you know, from the outside looking in, it was really cool. I had a fun time. The most badass thing about this movie, I think, was Mewtwo. Again, spoiler alert, was claimed to be the most powerful Pokemon. I don't know if that still holds or remains true. But, you know, I gotta say that was my favorite part about the film, was Mewtwo being the main, like, focal point of it all. And Ryan Reynolds' obvious portrayal of Pikachu was really cool too. And I gotta say, you know, I'm excited to see where this goes. I am a little... If it wasn't for Avengers and Endgame, I think this movie would have made a lot more money than it already has. I think it is considered a success so far. But as big as expansive of this universe as its fans are, they stem, you know, anywhere from 5, I would say, to 35 or older, if you will. So I think, you know, this movie could have made a lot more. Unfortunately for, again, for such a groundbreaking film like Avengers Endgame, you know, a historical film like that, this movie is suffering. But I still think it made enough money to be considered a success. So I do think we'll get more in this vein. One last, I guess, thing I do want to touch on is, again, like I said, 90% of the special effects were really awesome, and it really pulled me in, and I really felt like I was in their world. It was a lot better than, obviously, something to the likes of like a Roger Rabbit, which is still good in its own right, especially in the time frame and day when that movie was created. This movie does feel fresh. It feels like you're in that universe, but there is a few scenes in the middle and at the end that really was like, oh, that's not going to age well. And again, I pardon my ignorance on the type of Pokemon, but there's these turtle-like Pokemon with trees and mountains and roots on them, and they're really ginormous. So again, spoiler alert, and I think that's abnormal for that particular Pokemon as well. I think they were doing genetic experiments to make them even bigger. So they're literally affecting the humans that are standing on their back, and as they're jumping from tree to tree and the debris is falling, it looked really bad. Maybe a step or two above like Matrix Reloaded, to be honest with you. I think in not even a year, maybe 2 years max, anyone who looks back on that film is going to see that part, and it's going to really look bad. I just think maybe they spent a lot more money on the beginning half of the film. Maybe they were running a little low on funding, I don't know. But again, you do see that kind of mess up in the middle of the movie. But the rest of the special effects are really great, really top notch, and I don't want to deter anyone from seeing this film, because I enjoyed it. I'd give it a solid 4 to 5 stars myself. Check it out if you haven't. Check out Jay's review if you want somebody who knows a little bit more, who can tell you maybe a little more in depth if this is actually a good movie or not. But again, from a noob, I want to say it was a great experience, and it has piqued my interest to maybe consider playing the games moving forward, guys. So guys, now it's on you guys. If you guys want to talk about where maybe I should start if I want to get into the fandom, should I start with the anime? Should I start with the trading cards? Should I just jump on some wiki and learn about more of these Pokemon? Or is the games the way to go? Am I able to, do I have to go all the way back to like the red, blue, green, yellow versions? Or can I wait until Sword and Shield come out and just jump in right there? Let me know in the comments below. Guys, please don't forget to smash the hell to like button if you like what we're doing here. It really helps us out. It helps us grow. And the bigger we can grow, the more things that we're going to be able to do for you guys, the more giveaways. We're going to create a platform, hopefully, to where you guys can actually geek out and nerd out together, hopefully in a friendly environment. I know the trolls will always find us, but together we can ban against them and get rid of them. I have a lot of big ideas for a website. This is where we could all kind of, aggregate to and just talk about nerd stuff in general. So if this is the type of stuff that that intrigues you and that you want, definitely help us out by giving us a like, share with your friends and across your social medias, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. Click that notification bell so you know every single time we drop a video. If you have suggestions for videos, also let us know in the comments below, guys. If you want one or two of us to do a video together or to review a particular thing, or you want one of our particular thoughts on a particular opinion, same thing, let us know in the comments below, guys. And until next time, I'm C-Dubs, and I'll see you in the universe. Peace.